When I saw the ad for a cabin in the woods at an unbelievably low price, I thought I'd struck gold. It wasn't in the best shape, sure, but it was mine, a slice of peaceful solitude away from the chaos of city life. Excited about the purchase, I invited my girlfriend, Mia, to come and see it with me. We packed up a few things, imagining a romantic weekend in nature. But I had no idea what awaited us. The drive there was picturesque at first, tall trees lining the winding roads, birds chirping in the distance, but as we got closer, the atmosphere changed. The trees grew darker, their branches twisting like skeletal fingers. The air felt heavier. When we arrived, the cabin stood eerily silent against the backdrop of the dense woods, its weathered exterior blending almost too well with the surroundings. It looked more isolated than I had imagined, but I brushed off the unease creeping up my spine. As we approached, something caught me as eye. "What's that?" she asked, pointing at the tree nearest to the cabin. I walked over and froze. Deep claw marks, impossibly large, were gouged into the bark. They weren't from a bear, too wide and too sharp. We checked the trees around the cabin, and every one of them bore the same horrifying scars. Inside the cabin, things didn't get any better. At first glance, it seemed rustic, cozy even. But as I walked into the living room, I noticed them, crosses. Dozens of them, nailed to every wall, crudely made but arranged with purpose. Mia grabbed my arm. "Why are there so many? Do you think someone was trying to keep something out?" I laughed nervously, trying to downplay it. Maybe the previous owner was just religious. Let's not overthink it. But deep down, I couldn't shake the unease. We decided to stay. As night fell, the woods outside became unnervingly quiet, as if the entire forest was holding its breath. Inside, we lit a fire and tried to relax. But just as we began to settle in, a loud thud shattered the silence. It came from the roof, as if something massive had landed there. We stared at each other, too scared to move. The thudding continued, growing louder and more erratic. Whatever it was bounding across the roof, heavy enough to make the beams groan under its weight. Mia clutched my arm. "What is that?" she whispered. "I don't know," I muttered, grabbing a flashlight. But before I could gather the courage to go outside, the noise stopped. Dead silence. For a moment, I thought it was over. Then the doorknob began to rattle. Slowly at first, then violently, as if someone, or something, was trying to get in. My heart raced. "Stay back," I told Mia as I crept toward the door. The moment my hand touched the knob, a force slammed into the door, throwing me backward onto the floor. The impact knocked the wind out of me, but what came next was worse. A searing pain shot across my back, sharp and deep. I screamed, rolling over as Mia rushed to my side. "What happened?" she cried. I lifted my shirt, and her face went pale. 3 long, jagged scratches ran down my back, red and raw, as if something had clawed me. We didn't sleep much after that. We sat on the couch, clutching each other, the flashlight and fire our only sources of comfort. But nothing else happened. Eventually, exhaustion took over, and we drifted into a restless sleep. Morning came as a relief, the sun's rays piercing through the windows and dissolving the night's horrors. I wanted to believe it was all a nightmare, but the scratches on my back were real, a burning reminder of what had happened. As we packed up to leave, Mia gasped again. "Look," she said, pointing to the muddy ground outside. I stepped out and froze. Surrounding the cabin, embedded in the soft earth, were massive footprints. 3-toed, deep, and impossibly large. They circled the cabin like a predator stalking its prey. Neither of us said a word. We loaded the car in silence, the weight of what we'd experienced pressing down on us. As I drove away, I glanced at the rearview mirror, half expecting to see something following us. The cabin disappeared from view, but its sinister presence lingered in my mind. Mia and I swore we'd never go back. I put the cabin up for sale the next day, but something tells me it won't sell easily. Whatever's out there, it's not done. It's waiting for someone else. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, it really helps us out. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Tap the bell to stay notified whenever we post a new video. Thanks again, and see you in the next one.